All right, guys, your boy is Top Drop, Top Water T, aka Mr. Slay Them Things. Guys, you see me looking like Tiger Hoods over here in my street clothes. Not my street clothes, these my work clothes. This is how I get funded to get this pretty stuff. Guys, we're gonna take a look. I had a guy ask me, do more explaining on your tackle. So I'm actually gonna do more explaining on my tackle. Before I go out, I'm actually probably gonna do videos and actually show what I'm using. Don't let me say actually one more time, because I say it enough. But guys, this is what I'm using right here. This is my Levante. It's summertime. It's, you know, water's pressured. They're coming off the spawn, off the beds. You might see some on beds. Times will get a little tougher because that water temperature is heating up, probably like 80 degrees. I've seen spots of 70 some, 80 degrees. So the fishing's kind of get tough to where I can't always power fish. And when you see me going down and actually finesse fishing, Top Drop do finesse fish. I just do it in a different way. So this is one of my techniques I like to use. This is actually a Torta-Versatile Levante by Megabass. It's a good Texas rig rod. So it's pretty diverse. I use it for my swim jigs, but it's also a good Texas rig rod. Have it on straight 12-pound Seaguar and BizX Fluoro. This is more of my lighter weight setup when I want to get in and out, something that doesn't have a ton of, you know, different, you know, like a jig. I'm not a jig fisherman. Do not kill me, guys, but I do fish a jig in another way, which we'll get to. But check this out. This is my setup. 6-cents peg. I'll put that up probably like 12 inches above the actual weight. This is where you see Top Drop get finessey though. I like an 1/8 ounce weight on this. So I do an 1/8 ounce tungsten weight. It actually says 1/8 ounce on there. This is an X Zone crawl right here. And that's an EWG Superline hook. It's probably like a 4/0. I'll Texpose it. Check that out. That means I'll pinch it in there. So it's completely weedless. A lot of my areas I fish have grass, a ton of grass. Not just standard grass either. It's that slime that kind of gets on stuff. So when you throw like a jig in there, it actually pull up a bunch of that dead little slimy type grass. This you can get away without that. So I'll use this in cover. I can throw it all around wood structure and so on. But check that out. That's a good presentation. It falls, so the weight's gonna come down, and then it's gonna fall nice. It's gonna pull it down and cause these to kick. So it's gonna pull it down to where it falls a little faster. I don't want it to fall too fast. Not like punching where you get a reaction bite. I want it to fall slower. That's why I use an 1/8 ounce. But check that out. That's a good presentation to use. Any questions you guys have, y'all can always inbox me personally. And of course, I'll answer them, me or Crappy C. But that's one technique. My second one is this here. Hang tight. This is all my summertime where it gets a little tougher, where it starts getting warmer. This is my substitute for a jig right here. Of course, this is a perfect pitch rod. This is good for jig fishing, frog fishing, higher gear ratio reel. On that other one, that was a pretty higher gear ratio reel also. But check this stand. This is my presentation I use on this. It's braid to leader. So I think I got like a 20-pound, like a 30-pound braid to like a 12-pound Seaguar and BizX leader right here on this presentation. This is my sub for a jig. I'll Texas rig, but it's basically a jig. It's Texposed. It's basically a jig down to the skirt. I'll use 2 pegs on the end of that. Those are 6-cents pegs. I'll have 2 of those, and then I'll actually use an 1/8 ounce. This is like, again, I want a slower fall. I want it to fall slow. I don't want it to just go straight down in there. I'll use of course, this is a skirts that I actually ordered to actually make my own Texas rig style jig. Of course, that's a Strike King, I think it's a Rage Swimmer, or Rage Crawl, excuse me, Rage Crawl. And then that's my presentation, man. That's what I use. I can flip this all in cover. I ain't gotta worry about no grass getting on it. I ain't gotta worry about, you know, getting hung up because I'm Texposed. I'm completely weedless right there. But that's my setup on there. Last but not least on setups, this is what y'all see me catching them on a regular basis. Of course, that's a Daiwa Tatula reel right there. My favorite reel, one of my favorite spinning reels. Of course, the Shimano. My Shimano one is also another one of my favorites. But my Daiwa Tatula, this is a 4000 series. It's pretty light. I get a good amount of line on it. That's high vis line right there. And that's to a, I think I got a 10-pound. That's 10 pounds. It's really finessey. So that's a 10-pound Seaguar and BizX. Long leader, guys. This actually goes inside of my reel, tied with an Alberto knot. All of these leaders I use is with an Albright knot. Excuse me, don't let me say Alberto. Kenny will kill me. So it's an Albright knot. It's what the salt guys use. Real durable knot. But check that out. That's an owner 1/0 right there. And that's check those out. Those are VMC cross rings right there, so you can actually use it for Neko rigging, and you can use it for wacky rigging right there. Titanium little weed guard right there, weightless, completely weightless. My snaps, all people ask often, what type of snaps do you use, Top Drops? Those are decoy V snaps, size 2. Snaps are very important. I'm in and out, I'm swapping lures. Of course, that's the greatest lure, one of the greatest lures ever made, a Yamamoto Cinco in a black and blue color. Always money. I'll throw this out and jig, and then, you know, of course, pop it up, couple jigs, and then move on to the next cast. But that's deadly presentation right now to get bit. All right, so any other questions on any lures or any setups I have you guys want to know? Oh, and this is a shaky head rod right here by Megabass Levante right there, so check that out. I'm gonna start doing this more often, where I actually, you know, tell you guys my setups and actually show y'all how to fish it. So stay on me about it. But anyway, it's your boy Top Drop Don't Stop. You see me with my Megabass hat that I got signature over at Fishing Protect, one of our sponsors. Go holler at my main man Lynn Sanity and Hunter to Hog Hunter. Lego GoPro highlight. GoPro stop recording.